All right, live. All right. All right, I think we are live.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go. All right, so how's it going, everyone? This is Judith Vergata here, and today we are hanging out with Rebecca Reed. Rebecca Reed is really kicking it in her business right now. Rebecca is a mom of three awesome little ones. I see them around on Facebook a lot. Super cute. So Rebecca here gets to work from home every day as she pleases. Basically, she's busy helping people just really smash it, right? Really crush their goals. So Rebecca, give us a little bit of an intro and give us a little sneak preview what it's like inside Rebecca's world.
Oh gosh. What it's like inside Rebecca's world, I'm not sure if most people can handle that. But a little bit of background information, I guess, for those of whoever hasn't followed along in anything, is that I have three small boys. I'm a homeschooling mom. I'm a single mom, and started learning the world of internet marketing back in November and joined the opportunity I'm in now back in February. And, coming in at it, I was on the poverty line, relying on food stamps, because even though I had been trying for about a year prior to discovering internet marketing, I'd been trying to build something from home. I was spinning my wheels. I wasn't getting anywhere, and I couldn't get off the damn poverty line. I mean, it was ridiculous. No matter what I did, I was working outside the home as much as I could. I was working inside the home as much as I could. I have custody of the three boys, and so they're always around. And it was a jumbled mess of chaos, constant jumbled mess of chaos, just in everything in my own mind, and then just the whirlwind of having three boys as well. And so I was desperate, I was angry, I was frustrated, I was defeated and deflated, and that's pretty much the mental state I was in when I found, what we do now, when I found the Super Affiliate Network. And it just finally, it was something that clicked with me. And I was able to just kind of fly through the training, connecting with the coach, and really, through connecting with the coach, I was able to really finally build a dream that felt tactile to me. It felt like I could finally achieve it, which was the first time I'd really felt hope, to be honest with you, in a very long time, because I had been a single mom at that point for 3 years. And hope was a new thing. It was amazing. And so with that new energy in mind, I just did everything I could that I was told to do. I followed all the leaders and was hell-bent on making a change. I wanted off food stamps. I wanted to support my children. I wanted to stop working outside the home because working outside the home and trying to homeschool them and having custody of them, it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And I wanted to be back home with them again, like I had been prior to the separation. And so that was my big goal. And, I was able to step away from my job 2 weeks ago, I think, roughly, and do this full time. And, it's amazing. I have been grateful every morning I've awakened since life has turned around. But these last 2 weeks, especially, being able to wake up on a day that I would have been scurrying off to work and dropping the children off at my parents' house and this, that, and the other, and instead waking up and just being, being with the children and having time, is just, it's a kind of gratitude I can't fully articulate,
Yeah. Gratitude is the attitude, right? It's
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. We have Jen Jackson and Renee Rushton saying hi. Hey, ladies, how's it going? Yeah, Jen Jackson says you have an awesome story, which it really is an awesome story. So, Rebecca, what in this moment is your subject matter of expertise?
Where I have developed a massive passion, and is mindset. And mindset is one of those topics that people really roll their eyes at, but it is behind everything. Mindset is behind how hard you're going after your paid advertisements. Mindset is the way you're presenting yourself on Facebook. Mindset is the story you're telling yourself, whether or not you're going to achieve the success you want. Mindset is 100%, 1,000% behind every single action you take, minute to minute throughout the day. And so it has become something I am completely passionate about, because, you can present the exact same opportunity with high converting capture pages and everything being handed to you to two people. And one person will sit on it and complain that it's not working because this isn't right. And the other person will take off with it. And they have been handed the same system. The only difference is what's between the two ears, the dialogue playing between the two ears. And, you know, so what I have become passionate about, because it spurs everything else, is focusing on this. You know, I am always these days reading a book. You know, it may be a little dicey, but my boyfriend just gave me this one.
Nice.
So, you know, I'm always reading something. I just came back from the Landmark Forum on Wednesday, and it was just an amazing weekend of mind-altering information. And with that type stuff, you know, I encourage my team members, whoever is willing to take it up, to just read a few pages a day. The Slight Edge talks about the profound impact of even just reading 10 pages a day, you know, over the course of a year, over the course of 2 years, the profound impact that will have on your life. And it's no different. I also just recently finished The Compound Effect, how it all compounds. And when you do something so simple as that, you find your actions start to change. Because your attitude about your future, your attitude about the possibilities you can create for yourself, that starts to change when you are actively working on what's here. And when you are actively changing your possibilities, all of a sudden, instead of seeing problems every day, areas of confusion, areas of stuck, areas of overwhelm, you're able to look at that and you're able to figure out what I can do right now. You know, I have a friend that is always asking me, you know, where are your feet? You know, it's okay to think about the future occasionally, but people get stuck thinking, I don't understand all the things I'm going to do down the road. Where are your feet right now? What can you do right now? You know, so when you're working here, it's easier to think about your actions right this moment, whether it's placing an ad, whether it's something so simple as creating a Facebook post, whether it's doing a Facebook Live, whether it's whatever. There are so many super, super easy options that will propel your business forward if you stop being blocked up in your mind.
Yeah, no, people really underestimate how powerful the mind is. Like I always tell my students too, 15 to 30 minutes per day of reading. It's huge. You'd be surprised. Yeah, 15, 30 minutes, that's all. You don't have to spend every waking moment reading. No. Just do something that's conducive to your mindset, right? Something as simple as listening to a podcast or watching Entrepreneur in the Spotlight, you know? It's
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that was discussed in the Landmark Forum that I was in over the weekend is when you get rid of all that crap in your head, you literally have the ability to create any possibility you want for yourself in the future. Any possibility at all. And then all you have to do is take an action step toward that possibility each day. You don't have to know what is going to take you immediately from here all the way there. You just have to know an action step. You just have to take one every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. I know how many times people told me, why are you into all that witchcraft? I'm like, mindset is not witchcraft. No. Damn.
It is not, but it's funny. It's one of those things people are either completely passionate about it and right there with you, understanding its importance. Yeah. Or they're just like, bleh, you're not giving me a magical sales script. You're not giving me a magical nugget. They are clicking the X from the video, you know, because they don't get it. And part of the reason I'm as passionate as I am, you know, I've been a single mom for 4 years. For 3 of those years, we were on the poverty line and we were struggling. For 3 of those years, I held tight to my excuses as to why I couldn't do anything. I had no time. I had no money. I had no knowledge. I couldn't. And all that ever happened in that period of time was I stayed on the poverty line, I stayed on food stamps, and I stayed overwhelmed. So there was no kind of breakthrough at all until I started working on the mindset at all. And so it is 100% responsible for creating what you want. There's just no way around it. If you are just dipping your toes in something to see how it goes, you're already writing a future of it not working. You have to go into something I am going to make this work. I'm going to do everything I can do. I'm going to follow the instructions. I'm going to follow the guidance. I'm going to look up to the leaders. I'm going to see what they're doing. And I'm going to do it. That's that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a huge difference between the person dipping in their toes and the person just hell-bent on doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. Hey guys, keep the likes, the hearts keep coming in the comments. You know, Rebecca and I will be interacting with you guys as we go. So, Rebecca, from there, tell us about, don't pull anything back. Tell us about your rock bottom moment. Tell us about that time when you're just like, okay, that's it. Something's got to give. Something's got to change.
Okay. All right. So, you know, my journey from home started with network marketing. I didn't know, I'd never heard of internet marketing. I didn't have a clue what it was. And so I joined network marketing in March of 2016. And I worked my butt off every single day, 7 days a week, trying to do what they told me to do. And like, you know, I was lucky to get a couple $100 a month, which was not going to get me off the poverty line. You know, come November of 2016, you know, I was angry. I was frustrated. It wasn't working. It wasn't going anywhere. And that's when I started doing a lot of digging and discovered internet marketing. And so I joined a company, and, you know, it's honestly not the fault of the company per se, but I did awful. It was a high entry fee. I had to borrow from my parents $3,000 because I wanted so bad to get out of the hole we were in. So I borrowed $3,000 from my parents to join this particular opportunity. And I made $23 in that one. And I spent an additional like $700-800 attempting to do something with it. So, you know, I had some hope at that point, so I'm not sure if it totally qualifies as a rock bottom, but through all of that, I literally had to try to get through Christmas with my children. I had no money, none whatsoever. I would pay my bills, and I've said this a million times on other videos, but I would pay my bills and literally have less than a quarter left in my checking account by the time bills were paid. I would, you know, to be totally blunt, I was receiving $115 a month in food stamps. If you've ever tried to feed a family of 4 on $115 a month, you know that there's a lot of rice and beans involved, because that does not feed you. It just doesn't. But I had no more to put towards it. And so my rock bottom was really, it's kind of twofold, because it was a place of hope and it was a place of desperation and despair all at once. I took a picture, and I've shared this picture recently, because in November, I had no money left, and I just received notification from the government center that I needed to come back in to renew my food stamps. So I have a picture of this letter saying I needed to go back in for the interview to renew my food stamps. I took a picture for 2 reasons. Actually just for one reason. I knew that wasn't going to be where my story ended. I didn't know how it was going to change, but that was not going to be where my story ended. And I wanted to have a memory of exactly where it started, you know, because starting where I did, I didn't have any amount of success at that point, but starting where I did, I wanted to have something that I could show others, you know, that if I could do something, you can too. If I was literally starting with a note on my kitchen counter saying I needed to go renew my food stamps, then what's holding you back?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I think that was I'm not sure if it's a rock bottom, but it was a turning point at a minimum.
Yeah. It's a turning point.
Yeah. So hopefully that answered it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that absolutely. Yeah, no, like I hear everyone all sorts of excuses. I'm broke. I can't do it, right? Like, hey, if Rebecca made it work, I don't see why you can't. If I made it work, I don't see why you can't. Everyone knows I love golf. My desk, I have this golf ball here anyway that I always fidget around. I sold my golf clubs just to get started. So yeah, like you have to make it work. If you're really that into it, then you're gonna make it work somehow. Right.
Well, yeah. I think there's 2, and I did it and it's one of the reasons I'm passionate about it, but there are 2 opinions when it comes to joining an opportunity. And one is either I'm broke, so I can't do it, or it's either I'm broke, so I have to do it. So let me figure this out. And I was the second one. I had been the first one for several years, but when I became the second one, that is when my world changed. When it was like, I am sick of being broke. I am sick of not being able to take my sons on vacation. I am sick of not being able to buy them birthday presents, Christmas presents, everything like that. I am sick of it. So how do I change this? What do I do? And at that time, it's like the universe opens up to you and you can start thinking through answers, you know? Because I had already taken a large loan from my parents that I hadn't paid a cent back towards at that point. I knew that I couldn't go back that direction when I joined the super affiliate network. So for me, I went through the boot camp and I knew I had my tax return coming. So I knew that that's what it was going to be used for. You know, it was going to put me where I wanted to be.
Yeah, I love when you said it there. It just opens up, right? Like, you know what I think it was Rod Hairston that said, what you focus on, you find, what you focus on grows, and what you focus on ultimately becomes, right? So really, you don't have to know the how to of everything right this very moment. Just start taking those small baby steps, small baby actions, and everything just opens up. All the answers will come to you at the right time.
They do. You just your mind cannot receive anything if it is shut off from options. If you're feeding yourself the line of I can't, you are literally completely making yourself deaf to anything that would be an option. So the simple act of switching your language to, okay, I have no money, so how do I do this? You know, just become open to solutions, you know, instead of being completely closed off to them. It just makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rebecca, now tell us, what is your most brilliant light bulb moment so far?
My most brilliant light bulb moment. I would like to think all of my ideas are brilliant. First off, let me go on.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to marketing, though, in terms of trying to give people something that maybe they can go run with, what took my business off, what absolutely launched me off the ground, you know, I made my investment back from joining within 2 weeks. And the reason that happened was because I immediately started placing solo ads, you know, so I had that going. And as soon as I started even just accumulating leads, even if I didn't get a sale, even if I just woke up and had a bunch of leads, I would turn around and talk about that in a way on Facebook that would attract other people, not in a salesy, slimy kind of way, but just sharing what was happening. Because I can promise you, everybody looking through their Facebook page has, Lord knows how many people so desperately trying to make money from home. And all these people would give their eye tooth to be able to wake up to sales, to be able to wake up to leads. It doesn't matter if the sale was a tripwire sale. It does not matter. All of these people would love to wake up to leads and wake up to sales that they didn't have to manually chase down and be rejected by. And so I knew that going into it because I'd spent a year in network marketing and I knew how badly that sucked. All right. And so what I would do is I would run my solo ad and I would turn around and post on Facebook using language I knew would have been hot trigger language for me when I was doing network marketing. You know, it's talked about, and this isn't my light bulb moment, but it's talked about creating your customer avatar. The customer avatar I basically created was me and my most desperate situation. And so when you post on Facebook, then you're talking to that person who is in that same frustrated situation. And so how that resulted was, you know, I started running solo ads and having some sales and things from that. But then I started generating a lot of momentum on my personal page, on my Facebook page, you know, and so within the first few weeks, I had several people who had gone pro under me. And, you know, it was this snowball effect of not just solo ads and not just Facebook, but it was this golden combination of both, putting them together that really paid off. So that would be, you know, in terms of what has been the most profound on my marketing, that's my suggestion to everybody.
Yeah. Keyword there, guys, several weeks. It did not happen for Rebecca overnight. So I get messages, Judith, I did what you said. It's been 3 days. Nothing's happening. I'm like, they're watching you. You just don't know it. And it's only been 3 days. Come on, man.
You know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I still get messages. You know, I get messages still now from people. I had no idea. I've been in now for about 6 months, I guess. And I still get messages from people who say something about having been watching my videos, and literally they've never liked a single post. They've never liked or commented on a single video. I have no clue that they've been watching me. And then all of a sudden I get a message, or I'll check my back office and see all of a sudden they've joined my team. And I had no clue they were even watching me. None. Yeah. And so you're exactly right. People, if you are presenting yourself in an attractive way, people are watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes you the curse of knowledge, as our Rebecca and I's mentor was saying the other day, the curse of knowledge, right? Sometimes you think, whatever, I generated 100 leads. You think that's small for you, but for some people who are struggling, that's huge, right? I remember when I generated my first sale, it was 70 cents worth of sales, but I'm like, whoa, this is awesome, you know? And so now personally, I feel like if I make a tripwire sale, I feel like it's something small. But then if I share the story with someone that I know who's struggling, then he or she would just be like, how do I do that? You know, even a small, something so small. Yeah. So Rebecca, what held you back from going all in your business?
Oh, that's going to go right back to the mindset. Right.
Yeah, mindset.
It's circular. You know, the only reason I was held back for as long as I was is 100% up there. People are going to get tired of hearing me talk about it, but it's true. You know, because I believed my stories. I believed I was too busy. I believed I didn't have the money. Because if I looked at my bank account, for instance, there's nothing there. But there's just, I was believing the stories I was weaving, and I was creating the future. I was, my false stories were creating the future of perpetual stuff, perpetual poverty, perpetual everything. So, that all goes back to mindset,
Yeah. No, whatever story you tell yourself, absolutely, it's true. You're going to believe it, right? Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm writing all the bombs you're dropping in the comments. Yeah, make sure everyone, so now from there, Rebecca, what's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received, goodness. There's a couple things that stick out, because I have had multiple people I have highly, highly looked up to, not just in SAN, but also in other opportunities that I still follow to this day. Somebody I started following well before I ever even heard of SAN is a guy named Rob Frazier, and he's been just a massive influence to me. And his big thing is slam traffic, just slam traffic. It's a numbers game. Slam it, slam it, slam it. If you don't know what to do, slam some more, And so I had that going into it. I knew the importance of just keeping those numbers up. Will everybody join you? Of course not. But you just keep adding more new numbers to it. You just slam that traffic and you follow up with them. Slam the traffic and follow up with them. It's impossible to fail if you keep slamming the traffic. So I learned that early on, and that has been huge. And then I've also gotten, so much value all over the place. But I also, when I joined SAN, I stalked. I basically silently stalked, not in a creepy way. It was cool, but I stalked Karen Richardson because I loved her. Yeah. And she resonated with me because there she was talking about being the anti-hustle mom. And that was huge for me because I'm a mom over here that doesn't have time to sit in front of my computer for 10 hours a day. I've got my kids to take care of. So I need to know how to work smart and as compact a time as possible so that then I could go take care of my children. I didn't start staying home so that I could sit on my computer all day and ignore my kids. Yeah. That's not what I wanted. And so Karen's messages of, I follow her, I'm on her page of the 50K a month and everything like that. And so her messages of how to approach. She has, what I really gathered a lot from Karen is she has an attractive character. You know, she shares who she is, and who she is not just marketing. You get a feel for her as a mom. You get a feel for her as a person just by watching her videos. And so I started learning from her how to really integrate. You know, I didn't want to come on, start doing live videos and be reading from a script. Like, this is how you generate 50 leads a day, you know. And I learned that from her, watching her videos and seeing how she just, I felt like she let her authentic self be on camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And then friends made along the way. You know, one of my absolute best friends that I've met thanks to internet marketing is Christy Vinichanos, who's now a coach with the Super Affiliate Network as well. And you know, we started in the same other affiliate opportunity, and we were both like struggling. She was actually doing significantly better than I was, but we would like push each other along. And so what I would say I got from her is I would really encourage everybody to get like an accountability partner. We didn't label it as such with each other, but we were always, even though we were 800 miles apart, we were always checking in with each other. We were always sharing ideas. In fact, I was almost late to this webinar because we were on a video chat. And so we still do it. And now we both are coaches for the Super Affiliate Network. So like we're going through a lot of that stuff together as well. And so I would really encourage people to seek out an accountability partner for themselves, just to help push and motivate and share ideas as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Power of accountability partners. Hey, Karen Richardson is in the house with us. Also, Karen Richardson is coming out for Entrepreneur in the Spotlight on Tuesday. So everyone tune in. That'd be awesome. Yeah, no, I know exactly where you are with the stalking, because I'm stalking Karen Richardson and Keisha Bass.
Everybody stalks Karen, everybody's stalking you. All right.
That's right. I've been stalking both of them for a while now. And so I reached out to both of them. I'm like, it's kind of selfish of me. I was like, I want to interview you guys for Entrepreneur in the Spotlight, but really, I just wanted to chat with them, and you too, Rebecca. Reality, I just wanted to get a chance. Like, I just want to talk.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, what do you think is a personal habit that you have that's just a must for you on a daily basis? The
one thing I know has significantly impact. You know, when I was doing network marketing, I bought into a little bit too much that it's a nooks and crannies business. You fit it into the pieces of your life. Well, okay, that's bullshit. All right. If you want to do something and you want to do it well, I firmly believe that you need to have a structured time of day, and that is your time that you work. And so therefore, you know, what happens when you're just going to kind of squeeze things in here and there when you have time is that time disappears. You know, all of a sudden something comes up and it gets pushed off. And, you know, it wasn't, I think one of the most important things that I started doing was I wake up every day, and I have some things that I go through now. I do some stretching, and I'm breathing, and I do a smoothie for myself, and I do at least 30 minutes of exercise, and then I dive into work. That's my work time. My sons know that that's one of the few times that they're allowed to play on some kind of electronic device so that mommy has her work time, you know, and that is when I respond to emails, I make my blog posts, I do my Facebook Lives and things like that. That is my work time. And then in the evenings, again, before I go to bed, that's my reading time. You know, I've got those because those are things, you know, the Slide Edge talks about things that are easy to do and easy not to do. And reading is so exceedingly easy not to do. But if you work it in and it's part of your day, you've got no excuse not to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Karen Richardson says, "Oh, wow, this is great to hear. Thank you." And it's totally cool. She said, totally cool.
Awesome.
And Jennifer Jackson says, "You're her inspiration, Rebecca."
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, Rebecca, what's the one thing that you're super excited about these days?
You know, I was just taken on as a coach for the Super Affiliate Network. Yep. And the reason that would be the one thing I'm super excited about is because I feel honored I feel exceedingly honored that I have a story that can inspire other people. That is a massive privilege, and I don't take it lightly. Every single time I get a message from somebody because they've connected through the story, they've resonated with something, it means the world to me. And so the ability moving forward to keep doing that for sure, but also being able to continue connecting with people and helping to play a part in the change of their life is massive. And so the most exciting thing for me in terms of business is being able to help other people get out of the desperation, get out of the frustration, get out of the despair, and understand and fully realize that they can do this. They 100% can do this, and playing an active role in that. And then, you know, in terms of what I'm most excited about on the personal side is, you know, I spent several years not being able to do anything with my children other than raise them. And I said yesterday on the call with Karen, I was always exceptionally grateful to at least be able to raise them, but I had dreams of more. And, you know, this summer we've already camped together like 4 times or more. You know, we're going to the beach at the end of September. We've been able to start doing all these things I so desperately wanted to do with them and just couldn't, you know? Yeah. And so, I mean, the cliche, honest to God answer would just be, I'm excited about life, you know, because all of it is amazing. It just is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no, like, everyone really underestimates the power of their own story. They think, like I personally said at one point, well, I don't really have a story, but really, if you just really go back and just break it down, just say it anyway. Even if you think it's something so basic, it's really powerful. It is. You know, you're the only one that have that story.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. And you never know who your story is going to resonate with. You just never know. You know, some of the messages that I've received, not just from people in the company, but also from friends that I went to high school with a long time ago, quite a few years ago. And, you know, we've lost contact. I had no idea, but apparently when I started being open about my story, they started reaching out to me and I had no clue. It had, you know, I graduated high school in 2001. So it's been 16 years. All right. And I had no clue in those 16 years that they had gone through some of the same things I had gone through. And so you never know what part of your story is going to resonate with somebody. And because it's only yours, you know?
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. And it's the same idea. People always ask me, Judith, you know, I can't possibly be building a unique brand anymore. Every great idea out there is taken already. It's like, no. It's not, because your story, there's only one of you. You know, that's how you build a unique brand, is by leveraging, well, you. You're the only Rebecca Reed. You're the only one who has that story. So what's not unique about that?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. We all have our own authentic character to bring to the table, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So Rebecca, before we close this down, give our audience here a parting piece of guidance. What's that one message you absolutely want everyone to hear?
The one message that I would want everybody to hear. You know, I feel like I go back these days to like cliche type sayings, but just believe in the possibility that you can actually do this. You know, 100% believe in that you can do it. Over the weekends, they were telling us to create possibilities for ourselves that we wanted, and they called them possibilities. But if you take those action steps, you can achieve any possibility. So believe in the possibility that you can do this. And then you can. If you believe it, you can, and you will. I promise all the tools you need, all the guidance you need, all the support you need, all the love you need is right there. All that's missing is you believing in the possibility that you can do this.
Yeah, that circles back to mindset again.
I told you from the get-go, it all comes back to mindset.
Exactly, because that's where it all begins. Like I've heard this got to be at least 20 times for the last month. Success is 80% mindset, 20% skill set, and it's true. It really is.
And if you watch any leader in any industry, I promise you, they spend a large chunk of their time developing their mind. The people that don't are the ones that bitch and moan about not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So you tell me what the differentiating factor is.
Yeah, exactly. I can tell you, I'm a living and breathing proof of it, right? I have all sorts of tech experience, tech skills, all that stuff, but nothing really gained traction for me until I started working on what this big thing between my ears.
Yep. Most powerful thing you've got, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Karen Richardson says she loves hearing that you are fulfilling your dreams, Rebecca. Aww.
Well, thank you, Karen.
Yeah,
That's
your story.
You played a part in that. You just didn't know it because I was silently stalking you.
Yeah, me too. Karen, you two played a big role. I've been following your freedom calls, your videos. You're one of the reasons why I started really looking into building this big chunk here.
Yep.
Yeah, and Roxanne, good friend of mine, said so true. Love that. Yeah, awesome. You're uniquely you, according to Karen Richardson. That's true. Yes,
Absolutely.
that's true. Yeah, Rebecca, what's the best way our audience could connect with you?
They are always welcome to send me friend requests, add me on Facebook, things like that. I have no problem adding in. Sometimes I will say it helps if you also shoot me a message letting me know why. Because in our industry, we get a lot of messages from solo vendors, and those are annoying. So just, let me know who you're from. But I have no secrets, so to speak, on my Facebook page, and you're all welcome to that. Yeah.
Although, guys, when she says send her a message first, that doesn't mean send her a link to your opportunity.
People add you to my Facebook page.
Yeah, that does not mean that, because people do send me a message before they add me with links. I'm like, yeah, I don't know you.
I just got one today right before I hopped on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Let's be friends. Now give me your money. That's how it comes off. All right, so guys, thank you for joining Rebecca and I. I love you guys. I appreciate you. We hope that we gave you tons of value in today's interview. Rebecca, I appreciate you coming out and joining me in today's hangout.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll forever be grateful for this. Tomorrow, guys, I'm back here. I'm here 7 days a week talking to other entrepreneurs, 7 days a week, as I said. Back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you'd like to get notified whenever Entrepreneur the Spotlight goes live, click that either here or there, or I really don't know where you're watching from. There's that little arrow or 3 buttons in there, or 3 little dots. Then turn on live notifications to get notified every time we go live here in Entrepreneur the Spotlight. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow and talk to you later. Cheers.
Bye.